holistic natural.
For some reason مستمعينا من راديو أمريكانا 102.3 FM معكم حسين هاشم على الهواء مباشرة. حلقة خاصة actually اليوم من برنامج حديث الجالية وشجون الجالية. كمان راح يكون معنا ضيف كتير عزيز علينا هو الشيف رونالد حداد from Dearborn Police Department. رح نتحدث عن كتير مواضيع اليوم. قبل ما نبلش بمواضيعنا نقول لكم شو هن المواضيع اللي نتحدث فيها اليوم، بس خلينا نشكر السبونسرز تبع أمريكانا راديو اللي هن ميدوست ريسايكلينج، Luxury Home Furniture, Meridian Law Group, MJ Diamond, Holistic Natural Health والسلطان ريستورانت. وأخبار الساعة الواحدة كانت من برعاية First Start Collision. شكرا لكم جميعا لكل سبونسرز أمريكانا راديو. الحلقة اليوم رح تكون مليئة بالمواضيع اللي بتهمكم كتير مش شوي. تشيف is gonna be speaking. رح يتحدث للتشيف بالإنجليش، بس كمان نحن رح ما فينا نترجمكم باللغة العربية لأنه كتير المواضيع رح تكون بتخصكم، بتخص عيالكم، بتخص المواضيع اللي نتحدث فيها. نحن أعلنا على الحلقة اليوم الصبح وقلنا إذا حدا عنده حيلا سؤال فيه يبعث لنا إياه. كمية السؤالات اللي وصلتنا كانت كتير كبيرة، فأنا قد ما فيني حطيت السؤالات عندي هون لحتى أضطر لها اليوم ولحتى نتحدث عن كتير مواضيع. رح بلش أحكي بالإنجليزي عشان نرحب بالتشيف. بس مثل ما قلت رح أرجع أترجم لكم أنا بالعربي. Hello everyone that's listening to us on 102.3 FM Americana Radio and what's up شو الأخبار on Facebook. This is حسين هاشم from Americana Radio and what's up شو الأخبار. I have Chief Haddad with me today. We're going to be covering a lot of topics. We announced about the show earlier today in the morning. We received a lot of questions in regards to many things that's going on in the city. Believe me, I have like almost 3 full pages of questions. I'm going to try to cover as much as possible from the questions that we have. We're going to start with the chief very shortly. We're going to take a small break and we'll be back. Thank you.
مكتب ميريديان لو جروب للمحاماة وبإدارة المحامي المعروف طارق بيضون يضم أمهر المحامين المتخصصين بقضايا الحوادث، الإصابات الشخصية والقضايا العائلية وأيضا القضايا التجارية والعقارية. مكتب ميريديان لو جروب ربح قضايا عديدة وخاصة المتعلقة بضريبة الأملاك وتوفير أكثر من 50 مليون دولار لأصحاب العقارات. العنوان 19855 Outer Drive Suite 104 West في مدينة ديربورن. رقم الهاتف 313-288-8529 313-288-8529. النزاهة والعدالة والتفوق هدف ميريديان لو جروب. والآن أخبار الجالية.
بنعود لكم بحلقتنا اليوم وضيفنا الغالي علينا كتير هو الشيف حداد، ورح نتحدث مثل ما قلنا بأول الحلقة عن مواضيع كتير مهمة بتخص الجالية وبتخص مدينة ديربورن حدودا. في كتير توبكس انحكيت على السوشيال ميديا وبرات السوشيال ميديا، وفي كتير اجتنا سؤالات عن هيدا الموضوع، فنحن حبينا انه نضوي على هيدا الموضوع ونطرح كتير اسئله اللي هي انسالت. We're going to ask all of the questions that have been asked today, and I really want to put some of the topics to rest, some of the topics that have been going on. We really want to give the facts to people. I know on social media sometimes, the truth can be lost at some point, but we really want to, give the statistics today, give the facts. If anyone has a question, anyone has a comment, you can call us from Detroit at 313-769-6666. Again, 313-769-6666. And from Windsor, Canada at 519-256-1023. Also, you can watch us live, video and sound on WhatsApp شو الأخبار, WhatsApp Media Network on Facebook. And also you can write your comment on there and we'll make sure to basically ask the chief about any questions that you might have. Chief, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Hussein. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
I know you were with Z, the cook, before coming here. How was it?
I can always get a few pointers, and Z says she's going to sharpen me up for my next competition at the Max. So
that's awesome.
I'll take every bit of help I can get.
That's amazing. That's amazing. We'll talk at the end of the show about the cooking for kids competition that you're the champion of it.
I appreciate
and
that.
You're a defending champion right now. So we'll basically talk about it towards the end of the show. But really, I want to now start with the topics that we've been talking about. The first topic I want to start with is accidents in the city, car accidents specifically. We've been seeing a lot of posts and pictures and people talking What's going on in the city?
You know, with car crashes, we're just about neck and neck with last year, and so we can give it some kind of context.
Please.
We have about 34 to 3,600 car crashes a year reported in the city of Dearborn, and that's been pretty consistent over the last several years. So that's about par, and what people have to understand is that not only do we have nearly 100,000 people that live here, but we have 200,000 people that come in and out of our city every day.
Okay.
For example, at Fairlane, you have about 12 million annual visitors that come there. In perspective, the Islamic Center of America, for example, they have 380,000 people that come there every year. So Greenfield Village, you have 2 million people that come every year. So the city of Dearborn is a major thoroughfare between Metro Airport and our international borders, and we just have hundreds of thousands of people that come through here. So when you look at 3,600 car crashes per year, that's 3,600 too many. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it if you become a victim of one.
Okay.
But it's a very small percentage when compared to the people that use our streets day in and day out.
How you know? Let's since we're using statistics and using facts, how does it compare to previous years?
They've been about consistent. You know, sometimes they're up a few percentages and sometimes they're down. But I can tell you that since I've been here, they've been over 3,100 to about 3,500 per year.
Okay, so we've been almost steady in terms of.
We've been steady, and bad weather. If we have 7 or 8 more snow emergencies, you can add 50 or 60 per day on those dates. So, there's a lot of things that impact the numbers. But what's important is that many accidents can be avoided. Speeding, distracted driving, not following too close. So, there's a lot of things we can do to reduce the number of car crashes in our city.
Okay, then I've got 2 questions actually from people about 2 intersections that it seems to be that we're having a lot of accidents on those 2. And we're gonna translate in Arabic. I'm just gonna do it like part by part the translation. I know we got a call from somebody asking us to translate in Arabic a bit. Two intersections, Chief. Chase and Warren and Ford and Oakman. It seems like we have a lot of accidents in those 2 intersections lately. What's the problem with those 2 intersections?
We've had a few lately, but they're not high compared to other places in the city. For example, Ford Road and Mercury Drive and Telegraph and Ford Road are among our top accidents.
So they're worse than this intersection?
Percentage-wise, sure they are.
Oh, okay.
But again, it's the speed and how many people use them. We used to have a lot of accidents at Miller Road and Michigan Avenue, for example, and we went to the state and we reconstructed the traffic signals there. We changed the timing. Okay. And I don't want to jinx ourselves, but accidents are way low at Michigan and Miller now because, we did go to the state and get some changes. But certainly I know that people speed in the area of Chase and Warren is a common complaint. We issue a lot of tickets down there. We've found people drag racing and we've impounded their cars. I think we've gotten a couple hundred off the street this summer season. Okay. So, we take the enforcement, but we want to be balanced. We don't want to just give every single person a ticket. So we try to be balanced, and certainly the number 1 complaint in our city is bad drivers. We get that 10 times a day, and we keep trying to educate our young people in schools. We partner with them on a regular basis. And they'd like to blame the police for that. But you know what? Let's talk to the families. Let's talk to the young people driving. Let's talk to the people that go out for the hookah late at night. They're the ones that people are talking about, and we should address them. You need to slow down, and you need to be mindful that it's our entire community and all of our people here. So everybody has a responsibility for traffic safety.
Okay, about the Chase and Warren one, many times people have called to have like a stoppage, like a surge stoppage line where there is a light actually for it if you're turning left or right. Is there a possibility to install something like that?
There is. I mean, they have to go through MDOT and they have to have surveys and the engineers have to look at it. Okay. They're not always simple, and the size of the street and the roadway, can you cut a lane into it or out of it, I should say. Okay. So there's a lot of things to consider, but all over our city we have changed certain intersections and signage and engineering wherever possible.
Okay. Warren Avenue. Let me before I go to that question. بأول قسم من الحلقة بعدنا عم نتحدث هلا عن قصة الحوادث السيارات اللي عم بتصير بمدينة ديربورن وعم نلاحظ انه هيدي الحوادث عم تتكاثر حسب ما مبين على السوشيال ميديا، فنحن حبينا انه نوضح بالارقام هل يا ترى هالحوادث عم تتكاثر بهون بالمدينة ديربورن او شو اللي عم بيصير. فحسب الارقام اللي عم بيحكينا مع الشيف حداد انه لا، الحوادث بعدها خلال هول السنوات الماضيه بعدها نفس الشيء الريت، يعني او بيطلع له شوي او بينزل له شوي، بس بعده وزن ذا سيم، نفس معدل الحوادث اللي عم بتصير بعده بنفس المعدل. سالته عن التقاطع طريق على اوكمان وفورد وتقاطع الطريق الموجود على شيس وعلى وورن. قال لي بالعكس في بمدينة ديربورن تقاطعات تانية فيها حوادث أكثر بتصير عليها من هودي التقاطعين اثنيناتهم. سألته عن إمكانية إنه ينحط لايت على تشيس وورن لهودي اللي بدهم يروحوا على اليمين أو على الشمال. قال في إمكانية وهن عم يطلعوا فيه لهذا الموضوع حاليا. This is هلا translation for those who don't understand or don't speak English. So we're trying to basically keep them posted of what's going on in the conversation right now. Chief, are we having a problem of drug racing on Warren Avenue?
We do from time to time, particularly in the late hours. There's the young people again, but if they get apprehended, they're going to lose their cars. They're going to get charged with reckless or careless driving and drag racing. So I would just suggest that they don't do it. Certainly we're aware of it, and we have people out there looking for it. So
well, let's make it clear. If you are caught doing drag racings, what are the fines?
Well, you're going to lose your car. And it's going to cost you a bare minimum of $1,000 if the judge downtown in Detroit sees fit to give you the car back. And then
anything on the record?
Reckless driving, drag racing, I think it's 6 points.
6 points.
And we don't waive those kind of tickets. So, and they're immediately arrested and they have to post a $500 bond. So
let me translate this right away because this is very important. إذا بيلاقوا حدا عم بيعمل drag racing. drag racing يعني عم بيتسابقوا على الطريق، وهيدي كتير عم بتصير على وورن من وقت لوقت. اللي بيصير إنه هيدي انتبهوا حذروا أولادكم منها. أول شيء هيدي خطر على حياتهم، فاهمين كيف؟ مش لازم يعملوا drag racing على الطريق لأنه عم بيعرضوا حياتهم للخطر وعم بيعرضوا حياة التانيين للخطر كمان. بس إذا لقطوهم البوليس بيحجزوا لهم سيارتهم وفي إمكانية إنه تروح السيارة عليهم، وحتى لو الجادج يعني القاضي حكم لهم إنه ترجع السيارة لهم رح يدفعوا أتليست يعني على القليل رح يدفعوا $1000 لحتى يرجع لهم السيارة، وبينزل 6 نقط على الريكورد تبعهم. 6 بوينت 6 نقط على الريكورد تبعهم. هيدا يعني الانشورنس تبعك رح يطلع بالبيت. يعني إذا ابنك لقطوه عم يعمل دريك ريسينج أو خيك أو هو رح يطلع الانشورنس عندكم بالبيت على كل العائلة. بدك تنتبهوا عليها هيدي النقطة. ورح تنزل على الريكورد تبعه انه هو عامل ريكلس درايفنج، فكمان هدي بتاثر عليه لما بيروح بيعبي على جوبز وعلى هيك شغلات. بدنا ننتبه على شو عم نعمل بليز. رح نكمل حديثنا مع التشيف. Chief, another case that happened lately. I've seen a car that actually hit and went into a lorry. What's going on with that car basically?
That's still an open case, so but I can tell you we are going to hold that person accountable.
Was he distracted? Is it distracted driving?
Well,
I know it's an open case, you cannot give much information, but just to put it to us
I would say that he was not following the law there.
Okay.
So he was definitely careless. At the bare minimum, I'll say it was very careless driving.
How much damage was caused to the building?
Not a lot, but a little damage is too much. And again, anytime the car leaves the appropriate roadway, it puts people at risk. Somebody could have been walking over there, and it's just not acceptable.
Okay. That's about car accidents. بالنسبة لك سألته عن الحادثة اللي صارت بلوري، هيدي السيارة اللي فاتت بالمدرسة لوري. قال هيدي إنه الكيس هني هلا حاليا مفتوحة، ما فيها تعطي كتير معلومات عنها، بس أكيد إنه السواق اللي كان عم بيسوق كان منه منتبه للي عم يعمله. وهو رح يعطوا معلومات أكثر عن هذا الموضوع بس تكون متوفرة لهم. بس كمان هيدا رح هن يتأكدوا إنه يتلقى العقاب اللي هو لازم يتلقاه، لأنه هيدا بيعرض حياته وحياة الآخرين للخطر. Chief, moving to another topic about ticketing. Whether during public days, which is garbage days or stuff, do we still have those days now? Or
yeah, public service days in your neighborhood is through December. I think the first week of December.
Okay.
And people have to stay off the streets till after 4 every day, whether your trash was picked up or not, because the city
That's a good question, by the way.
Right. Sometimes people are mixed up on that. So, but you have to keep your car off because the city does other cleanup and other repairs on the streets. So it's not only the trash. So you can't park your street during public service days till after 4 o'clock.
Okay. Let's say those houses that don't have a driveway. Is there a designated areas they can park at?
You know, some of the cross streets,
Mhm.
we try to be a little lenient if they can get it off the road in front of their homes.
Okay.
Uh,
They cannot park it on the grass, right?
well, typically no.
No.
But again, we try to be as fair as we can with people.
Mm-hmm.
But if you park on the grass, then your neighbor's going to complain. So,
100%.
but you know, again, our officers do have a very balanced approach to things, and particularly with senior citizens that
Okay.
might not be very mobile.
How would they know, for example, this house belonged to a citizen, to a senior citizen?
Well, they go knock on the doors.
They do.
Oh yeah, our officers will knock on the door if they see a car parked on the lawn somewhere.
اوكي سو اذا في عم نحكي نحن عم بيسالوا للتشيف عن قصه لما السيارات بنهار اللي هن بيسموه الببليك سيرفيس داي، هون النهار لما بينضبوا الزباله اجلكم من الطرقات، انه في بيوت ما عندهم درايف واي، انه كيف وين فيهم يصفوا. عم بيقول لي في مطارح هن السيتي عاملينها عشان يصفوا فيها بهيدي الايام، وفي كمان غير انه هودي المطارح البوليس اوفيسرز اذا انت صافف على الطريق هن بيفوتوا لعندك على مش بيفوتوا لعندك بدقوا لك على الباب لحتى يتاكدوا انه يقولوا لك شيل السياره عن الطريق، فبيعطوك شويه وقت لحتى فيك تشيل السياره، ما بيتكتوك رايد اواي. A question I got, but the ticketing people who leaves their car and parks after hours. I don't understand that. Did you get the question? Leaving their cars and parks after hours in certain public parks?
Well, if it's prohibited parking, then they're in violation. But can we go back to
Yes.
the public services?
Yes, please go ahead.
If someone has a certain need, they can try to get a permit from our city or they can go on the city website, but they can go call 943-2259.
This one is for they get a permit to do what? To leave their car on the street or what?
A parking permit that eases their attention at public service days. And it
Very-
lets us know that they have a special need.
Very important point. Okay, let me talk in Arabic about this one. حيلا واحد ما عنده درايف واي، يعني ما في محل لحتى يصف سيارته او مستاجر وما بيحقلوش يصف على درايف واي او شيء. في actually service عندها اياها السيتي اسمها بتاخد special permit from the city. You can either تروح على الويب سايت تبع السيتي وتشوف البيرميت وين هو، او you can call على 313 يعني 313 9432259. again الرقم هو 313 943 2259. اذا ما عندك محل تصف سيارتك وقت يكون في garbage day فيك تدق للسيتي وهن بيعطوك special permit to leave your car. Thank you, Chief. That's a very important
And
point.
can I say this?
Please.
We want to keep our neighborhoods very tidy, very beautiful. So we have to work together as a community. So
100%.
if you don't cut your grass, you don't trim the bushes, and you're on a corner lot somewhere and it
Yeah.
blocks out the traffic signal or the stop sign, you're going to hear from us. So please, if you do get a permit, you have to make sure that in front of your home is extra clean so that you don't fall into a problem on that end of things.
100%. So make sure يعني إذا أخذتوا البيرميت من السيتي وخليتوا سيارتكم على الطريق وقت بس تسمح لكم السيتي وقت الجاربج إنه يكون هونيك نظيف عشان ما تاخدوا تيكت عشان النظافة، لأنه بيهمهم كتير السيتي إنه يكون في نظافة بالسيتي، لأنه هيدي نقطة كتير مهمة. Chief, moving on to the second point actually, which is a very, very important point. By the way, all of my questions today are inspired by questions that I received from people. So كل سؤالاتي اليوم هني سؤالات أنا وصلتني من العالم، بس اليوم بدي أحاول أطرحها على تشيف لحتى قد ما فينا نضوي على هيدي المواضيع ونحطها بالمكان اللي هي لازم تكون موجودة فيه، ونعطي الانفورميشن والفاكتس مش بس الجوسبس. فهيدي أهم شيء تكون هيدي المعلومات توصلكم. حيلا واحد anyone that have a سؤال للتشيف, if anyone has a question for the chief or any comments you would like to make, you can call us from Detroit at 313-769-6666. Again, it's 313-769-6666, and from Windsor, Canada on 519-256-1023. We have a comment. Abbas Shab is saying Chief Ronald Haddad is the best. Abbas, we love you.
Tell them thank you.
Do we have a call before moving or? Okay, Chief, next point, you know, we here, is there a call, Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, we have a phone call, actually we have a couple phone calls, but just give me 1 second for the phone call so I can put it over there, just 1 second, please. Chief, you want to take the call?
Sure, go ahead.
Go ahead. Take the call, say hello.
Hello, someone there?
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, how are you? I have a question about Dearborn High School. It's been like mass people drop their kids in the street. and they're supposed to have a special light on the traffic light to go left to Dearborn High School.
Yeah, I can tell you that just yesterday I talked to Dr. Maleko about the situation there, and they have a traffic committee at Dearborn High working on trying to change that configuration in front of the school there that makes it easier to get in and out. And we're working with the state, and one of our proposals was to put up a fence on one of the turnarounds there, and that was not allowed, so we have to go back to the drawing board. We're certainly aware of the congestion there, and again, the only advice I can give parents and students alike is to leave early and be patient, but we are trying to come up with something with the school traffic committee there at Dearborn High to make that an easier way to come in and out.
شكرا على اتصالك. We thank you for your call. عندنا اتصال تاني. We have another call. مين معنا؟ فيك توطي لي علي فيك توطي لي صوت الراديو حبيبي بعد اذنك؟
يلا هو الراديو بالسيجار.
بعد اذنك حبيبي.
الو.
ايه علي تفضل حبيبي. واتس يور؟
بس عندي سؤال بسيط.
تفضل حبيبي.
اوكي عندي الآلي، عندي آلي ورا البيت. الآلي على طول معروف انه فيك توقف فيها او فيك تسوق عليها، لانه هي الآلي معموله واحد يفوت يظهر عليها.
مظبوط.
اوقات انا جيت هذيك اليوم حطيت سيارتي بالآلي. ايه. ووقفت اجى البوليس لقيت حاطط لي تيكت.
اوكي.
$45. دقيت على ديربورن بوليس قلت لهم ليش حاطين لي تيكت وليش كواليفايد؟
اوكي.
قال وين وقف سيارتك؟ على الجراس؟ قلت له نو انا موقفها بالآلي.
اوكي.
قال الآلي طالع فيها جراس. قلت له طبيعي اوقات بيطلع لاست اوفر جراس هيك شوي نورمال. قال خلص تعتبر موقف على الجراس، بس هي آلي.
اوكي.
100% آلي.
طيب.
ليش بدي يحط لي تيكت؟
تكرم عينك. اوكي هلا بنأسك the chief for you and we'll get the answer for you. علي thank you for كل مشكور على اتصالك علي. Chief, he's asking about the alley in the back.
Yeah, it's unlawful and improper parking to park in the alley. Okay. And if he can offline give us his address, we'll research particularly where he got the ticket.
Okay.
But as a rule, you can't park in the alley. Okay. As a rule.
Okay. علي عم بيقول التشيف as a rule يعني كلا يعني وكقانون بالمدينة هون ما فيك تصف بالآلة، بس إنه regardless of that إذا فيك يا علي ترجع تدق لنا تحت الهواء وتعطينا الأدرس تبعك عشان التشيف يتطلع بهيدي الحالة على المضبوط ويشوف شو هو عشان نحنا عشان البوليس يتواصلوا معك ويشوفوا شو هي السيتويشن. عندنا كتير سؤالات عم توصل، أحاول قبل ما فيني غطي هول السؤالات، بس كمان بدنا ننتقل على المواضيع التانية اللي عندنا إياهن. Another question, Chief, that we got it under the air. تحت الهواء اجانا سؤال. What about during garbage day? Are they still allowed to park in the alley if they don't have a driveway?
You know, we do relax it so long as they're not blocking a garage or a neighbor or an emergency vehicle can still get through there. Mm-hmm. Again, we try to use common sense, and our residents have to be honest too. If it's public service day, you know, we try to allow them to park, you know, where they can, so long as it's not interfering. But that doesn't mean you leave it there for 24 hours or park there on a regular basis.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
Our community has to understand that, well, we may not care or you may not care. Somebody will always call and complain about these kind of things. So
sure.
we have to get along and coexist. So we're flexible, we're balanced, but you have to be honest. If you're only there for public service day, then as soon as the public service day is
just
over,
take it out.
Take it out.
Okay. Let me translate that too. We're trying to reach both audiences today, so we're trying to translate as much as possible. اجانا سؤال تحت الهواء انه بالببليك سيرفيس داي هل يا ترى فيهم يصفوا بالآلي اذا ما عندهمش درايف واي؟ قال التشيف انه هن از لونج انه هن السياره مش عم بتسكر على كراج حدا تاني مثل الجيران او شيء، ما عندهم مشكله فيه لهذا الموضوع، بس كمان ما تخلي السياره هونيك من الصبح للعشيه، يعني بس يخلصوا السيرفيس اور داي بعد الساعه 4 شيل سيارتك دغري ما تخليها هونيك. وكمان قلنا نحن باول الحلقه قبل شوي انه كمان فيك تدق على السيتي على الرقم اللي اعطيناه نحن اللي هو 313-943-2259 وخليهم يعرفوا انه انت ما عندك درايف واي، بدك تصف على الآلي ورا بس بهيدا النهار لحتى يعرفوا انه بيكون عندهم علم اكثر. ساعتها الاوفيسر بس يجي على النيبرهود تبعك he'll know that you basically have a permit or there is a special case that's going on over there. Chief, next point. Parents who leave their kids in the car. What's the legal age you can leave a kid in the car by themselves?
Maybe there's no legal age, but I'd say 12 or 13 years old, but it's really dangerous to leave young people in a car. If the weather's hot, if the weather's cold, cars now can be started if you leave the fob in the car. It's just a dangerous situation. So they ought not ever leave young people in a car.
Okay. Let's say just a random case. Let's say somebody is parking in the park. Let's say they're going to a store and they saw a car that has a kid in the car and the door is locked and the kid is screaming or something. Can they break in to the car? Is there any legal consequences to that? Or what do they have to do?
Who breaks in?
Whoever saw that there is a kid in the car by himself screaming.
You know, I would ask that you call 911 immediately and let us come.
Okay.
I suppose if it's life-threatening and they can, you know, validate that and explain that, you have to let your conscience be your guide.
Okay.
If you're strictly a good Samaritan, but call the police first, make it a record. We're usually 1 to 3 minutes we respond.
Okay.
But if somebody sees something that's so horrible that they take action into their own hands, then, you know, it's a case by case on whether it's reasonable or not.
Very good. That's كمان كتير نقطة مهمة عم نسأله عنها لتشيف. نحن قصة الأهل اللي بيخلوا أولادهم لحالهم بالسيارة. عم بسأله أنا شو هو العمر القانوني اللي هن فيهم يتركوا أولادهم لحالهم بالسيارة. قال لي ما في عمر قانوني محدد، بس بحدود 12-13 سنة فيهم. بس السيتويشن هون كتير إنه بتكون معقدة، لأنه يعني شو بيعرفك إنه الولد مش رح يعمل شغلة إنه مش مزبوطة بالسيارة. يعني في لا سمح الله يخرب السيارة أو حدا ياخدوا ليخطفوا للأولاد أو شيء، ما تتركوا أولادكم لحالهم بالسيارة. سألته عن قصة إذا حدا كان هو عم بيروح على شي مطرح ولقى الولد لحاله بالسيارة عم يبكي والباب مسكر عليه، هل يا ترى في يكسر الشباك ويفوت ينقذ الولد؟ قال لي هي اتس كيس باي كيس، يعني سيتويشن، يعني حالة، كل حالة هي حالة خاصة. بس أهم شيء إنه بس يكون تلاقوا حدا هيك تدقوا على البوليس، دقوا على 911 تخبروهم إنه في هيدي الحالة، والأوبريتور اللي هو من 911 بيعطيكم الدايركشن، بيعطيكم المعلومات إنه شو لازم تعملوا بهيدي الحالة. فما تتصرفوا من راسكم دغري، بس دغري بس تشوفوا شيء مش مزبوط دقوا للبوليس على 911. Chief, another related to that point, in terms of the pets too, if you have a dog or a cat or something, can you also leave it in the car? What is it similar rules or how does it work?
You know, that would depend on, again, if it's hot. We've had complaints and calls where it's very hot in the car and the dogs were suffering. Again, you can leave a pet in the car, not for long periods, and it's not really a good practice, and it depends on the weather.
Okay, that's awesome. We're gonna take a smaller break. We're gonna give the chief a break because we've been bombarding you with questions. So we're gonna take a smaller break and we'll be back for you guys to take more of the questions that you guys have.
ميدوست ريسايكلينج لصاحبها السيد إيب هاشم وخبرة أكثر من 35 سنة في إعادة تدوير الملابس والأحذية المستعملة غير المرغوب فيها كوسيلة للحفاظ على جمالية البيئة. ميدوست ريسايكلينج منحت العديد من التبرعات لمؤسسات خيرية فاقت $500,000 على مدى السنوات الماضية. العنوان 26051 ميشيغان أفنيو في مدينة إنكستر. ميدوست ريسايكلينج توفر خدمة بيك اب لجميع الملابس والأحذية المستعملة وأدوات مطبخ فوق 100 باوند من خلال الاتصال على الرقم 313-254-9106 313-254-9106 مع ميدوست ريسايكلينج البيئة أكثر جمال. مجوهرات انجي دايموندز لصاحبها ابن الجالية وخبير المجوهرات السيد زهير عبد الحق، خبرة أكثر من 20 عاما وGIA Graduate Gemologist. تشكيلة كبيرة وجديدة من الذهب والمجوهرات عيار 18 21 كرات وأيضا الماس. انجي دايموندز بمدينة ديربورن، العنوان 5601 شيفر رود، رقم التليفون 313-582-7888. لا تكتمل أناقتك سيدتي إلا مع مجوهرات انجي دايموندز.
مستمعينا من راديو أمريكانا 102.3 FM، بنعود لكم اليوم بحلقتنا الخاصة مع قائد شرطة ديربورن تشيف رونالد حداد، والموضوع والحديث عن الكثير من المواضيع اللي بتخص مدينة ديربورن، خصوصا بالنسبة لكل الشغلات. اليوم عم نتحدث كل شيء، ما في شيء تركينه برات الحديث. اليوم بدنا نحكي عن كل شيء بشفافية وبموضوعية، لحتى مثل ما بيقولوا نطمن بال المواطنين الموجودين بديربورن من وراء الاشياء اللي عم بتصير واللي الاشياء اللي عم نسمعها. Chief, before I move to my next stuff, it's part of my next part, but we have a couple of questions on Facebook that I'd like to cover too, if you don't mind. We have a question from Ahmed Sharara. I think Ahmed is a teacher at Lowry, actually. Thank you for all you do, Chief. Question, what's the plan for a stolen car being pushed? I'm just trying to get the question. What's the plan for stolen cars being pushed into Detroit with another car? And then my cousin's car got pushed into Detroit, and this happened to a few neighbors, and we hear about it every day. I will be very honest, my family has 5 homes in the aviation subdivision in Dearborn, and my parents left to another city because of increased crime in the city. What's the police doing, and what plans are being implemented in this specific area? And he's saying that he rarely see a police doing a random patrolling in the area that he's talking about, and that's, I think, Subdivision 5, he said. Ahmed, can you tell me which streets are those, Habibi? Can you
Is
tell
he
me?
talking about aviation sub?
Aviation sub, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that goes to Tireman, obviously.
Okay.
I can tell you that we have whole teams of officers. Some you see, some you don't see up there. And we do a lot of proactive policing. I can tell you that we've arrested many people responsible for larceny from autos and auto thefts. Again, you know, our city's safer than most cities.
Okay.
And if you're the one that got your car stolen, that statistic doesn't mean anything to you.
Yes, it's a personal experience, basically.
Right, it's a personal experience, and there's nothing I can do to make that person feel better because he's a victim or she's a victim.
100%.
But when you look at surrounding communities and you look at populations and you look at our national crime index, we are far better off and far safer than many cities. So we need to keep that in mind. And, you know, if you just merely use your alarm system that most people have when they buy the car, lock your car, block it in your driveway, take precautionary measures. We know about them pushing the cars away, and we've put things in place to apprehend those individuals, but we can't be everywhere all the time.
Okay.
So most people sometimes they'll leave a fob in the car.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is go in and start the car. And those things...
We'll talk about that I want to ask you about the lock it or lose it campaign.
Right.
But I want to really apologize from the guy that was on the phone. I'm sorry نطرناك كتير. I'm sorry. إذا بعدك عم تسمعنا رجع دق لنا على التليفون على 313-769-6666. بعتذر منك اللي كنت ناطرنا على التليفون لتعطينا السؤال تبعك. إذا فيك ترجع تدق لنا على 313-769-6666 ومن وينزر كندا على 519-256-1023.
And can I just one other follow-up?
Please,
You know,
go ahead.
Auto thefts are down 9% in our city year to date. But again, if you are the one who had your car stolen, that number doesn't mean anything to you. But we are working with all of our surrounding agencies. We're doing a lot of stuff that I'm not going to go into on the radio here, but we're working very hard to identify, you know, these problem areas. We have predictive analysis that our police are using, state-of-the-art, and we do arrest a lot of people.
Okay.
So I can just tell you, we've gotten over 500 people arrested on felony warrants just by traffic stops. So this year,
that's something actually. Since you mentioned,
it's huge.
When you guys do like a stop, like a car stop,
500 on a traffic stop that are wanted on other felony warrants. So those are a lot of individuals that our men and women step between a would-be victim and somebody that's wanted by a court in our region. So we are out here in large numbers and on a high end of things. And with auto thefts, it's unacceptable. We hosted the state auto theft conference here in Dearborn a couple of days ago. We're working with our engineers on these cars to make them tougher. And we just ask citizens to make it tougher to steal your car.
اوكي. معنا اتصال على الهواء، تفضل.
يعطيك العافية.
يا اهلا وسهلا، مين معنا؟
معك علاء لو سمحت.
تفضل علاء، شو سؤالك؟
حبيبي سؤالي للتشيف لو سمحت، أنا بسكن behind Yasmin Bakery and there is a big company across the Yasmin Bakery.
ايه.
المشكلة إنه الشباب هونيك بيبركوا so Tuesday they cannot take the truck, they cannot clean, and even in the morning we have hard time to park our cars. The city and the police, they put 2 hours parking only and they don't care. and they got tickets every Tuesday like $7, and still we suffer from this problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he can help us, please.
تكرم عينك. هلا بدنا نسأل. تفضل. Go ahead, Chief. Thank you, علاء.
We won't mention the company's name. We know they have several hundred employees. We'll go back out. We'll go back out and talk to them. It's an ongoing issue. We changed the signs so that they can't park for 8 hours, and they do get tickets, and we'll continue to do that. But we understand that some of them make it bad for the whole community over there by the Yasmin Bakery and by the strip mall, and we're going to keep doing what we have to, but we're very much aware of it.
اوكي سو في حدا سأل هلا التشيف عن قصة موضوع الباركن لوت بالقرب من بعض المحلات الموجودة على وورن افنيو. ما حدا عم يلتزم بقصة الساينات المحطوطة انه هن بس فيهم يباركوا لساعتين. فالتشيف وعدوا انه هو بيطلع على هذا الموضوع ويعالجه قريبا. I have a lot of topics I want to cover, Chief.
And
I just want to mention
on that subject again,
you go ahead.
I want to be clear. We're meeting with the management. We met with them last week, and it's ongoing. But keep in mind, there's just a lot of people that work at that building, and it's hard to get all 800 of them to do the right thing.
اوكي برجع يوضح التشيف انه في كتير هون هني اوريدي اجتمعوا مع المانجمنت تبع هيدا المحل وراح يجتمعوا معهم مرة تانية لحتى يوصلوا لحل هيدا الموضوع بيرضي الجميع. عندنا بعتقد اتصال تاني على الهواء. تفضلوا. مش عارفين اخذ اتصالات كتير يعني هودي اخر اتصالين رح ناخذهم. تفضل. مين معنا؟
مرحبا حسين معك.
يا اهلا وسهلا حسين. تفضل حبيبي.
الو
تفضل معك. تفضل الشيف
على الهواء. ايه بدي اسال الشيف بس على شغله هون. في تركات كثير صار بديربون هول بيلموا الجنك من التراث.
ايه
على الزوايا يعني مشوهين يعني الشوارع بشكل غريب.
اوكي.
ورحنا اتصلنا بالبوليس ستيشن او شخص متصل ما حدا بيرد.
اوكي.
فالمهم انه هيدي الشغله يعني شو يعني
شو هن انه عم بيشوهوا شو هن انه عم بيشوهوا الطرقات انه مش شو السؤال؟
يعني الشاحنات عم هول بيحملوا حدايد رافعينهم لفوق بيطلعوا قدام البيوت يعني. معقول هيدي معقول يعني.
اوكي. الله Thank you. كلك
معروف. خلي بس يرد علي.
كلك سو. Chief is asking about those who basically collect junks and especially metals.
When you put your trash out.
Yeah, and especially as he said that they put in more than the limit or something on their vans. What's the law on that?
Well, you know, they have to have a junking license and they have to have certain covers over it. And anytime you see that, if you want to call us, we'll gladly investigate the people.
Okay. بدي اعتذر منكم كل اللي عم يدقوا. ما عادش رح فينا ناخذ اتصالات. We're not going to be able to take any more calls anymore because I really have a lot of more topics I want to cover. We have a lot of calls from you guys. I really apologize. If you have a comment, send it to us. Write it on Facebook on WhatsApp Media Network. اكتبوا لنا اياها على صفحة واتساب شو الأخبار أو على صفحة عفاف. ونحن بنتواصل مع البوليس بنوصل لهم الفكرة تبعكم أو بنوصل لهم سؤالكم. بس عندي كتير معلومات أنا وكتير topics بدي أحاول. I want to really try to cover as much as possible. The hour went by so fast. I mean,
it really did.
You know, talking about crimes in the city, Chief, that's a very important topic and many people are waiting for that topic. And I have a question from Facebook. I'll take it in a bit. In numbers, what are the crime rate in Dearborn?
Okay, right now we're 7.4% down year to date. We just had our crime stats for last year, 2017, certified by the FBI, Department of Justice. We had a 14% reduction last year.
Okay.
And I'm very proud that led the whole region in reduction.
Okay.
And we know that drug arrests continue to be a problem in our community. They're slightly up. So, and to just give you a perspective, 850 people have been arrested with drugs.
Oh, wow.
Year to date. So it is a serious problem that plagues our community. And
okay.
So it's an educational, it's a medical, it's a social, it's an environmental issue.
Okay.
So we really need to work hard on that, and we need to work together to make sure that we save people from the drugs.
Okay, I want to really get those 4 minutes to use them as much as possible.
Okay.
So we said, الشيف عم بيقول معدل الجريمة عنا بديربون من year to date يعني من هذيك السنة لهون بالنسبة إذا بنقارنها بهذيك السنة نازل المعدل 7.4%. المعدل تبع الكرايمز بديربون. المعدل الجريمة بديربون نازل يا جماعة منه طالع. أوكي. عم بيحكي عن قصة موضوع الدراجز. وقفوا 850 حالة تقريبا هيدي السنة. فالدراجز هيدي زيتي عنا بالسيتي بدهم ينتبهوا للأهل بدهم ينتبهوا للمجتمع كله ككله. أنا بدي أسأله عنها بعد أكتر هلأ حاليا. question I got from a text message from someone. Lock it or lose it. Is it working?
It is working. You know, it's reduced that crime by about 20%.
And that's statistics, babe.
Oh,
We're
yes.
not talking basically emotions here.
No
Okay.
emotions.
Okay.
And, you know, we have been very proactive. We've caught several crews who have hit several of our cars. We're working with our communities around us when patterns develop, because we all have the same problem. They go to Dearborn Heights, they go to Detroit, they go to the cities around us. Some come from Southfield. So anytime we pick up on a pattern, we share the information, and we are arresting a lot of people.
Okay.
So please lock your car and hide your valuables. That makes things a lot easier for us.
اوكي بالنسبه للحمله اللي هن بيعملوها اسمها لاكت اور لوزت، يعني سكر سيارتك او الخساره اللي بقلبها. عم بيقول هو اكشلي قلت له انا سالته هل هيدي الحمله ماشي حالها انه عم تشتغل عم تعطي نتيجه؟ قال لي ايه، لانه معدل الجريمه بالنسبه للسيارات نازل 20% بسبب هيدي الحمله اللي هن عاملينها اللي هي لاكت اور لوزت. كثير شغلات نحن اكثر من مره غطينا البوليس وغطينا البريس كونفرنس اللي هن بيعملوهم، وحكوا عن اشخاص بيتركوا سيارتهم مفتوحه او حتى بيتركوا مفتاح السياره بقلب السياره، يعني مثل شو بيقولوا، يعني عم بيقولوا للحرامي تعا. فهمنا علي كيف؟ هذه بدك تنتبهوا لها الشغله، سيارتك ما تخليها مفتوحه، ما تخلي مفتاحك بالسياره، ما تخلي جزدانك بالسياره. Don't leave your wallet in the car, don't leave your gun in the car, don't leave valuables in the car that are very noticeable to anybody from the street. يعني أنا most of the videos that we've been seeing lately, people are actually just opening the door. It's not any breaking in.
And if they see anybody that doesn't belong in the neighborhood, that's looking like they're lost or walking next to cars, call us.
Okay. Chief, very quickly, I was attending a meeting for Board of Education in Dearborn, and a mom, she went up to the board and she said, my son, or she saw it, that some of the people are distributing drugs on the bus. What's going on?
You know, they need to report that to us. And I mean, obviously now the school knows it. We have ways to take care of that, but we need people to report that. Tell us what school, what bus line, and they need to do it in private so that we have an adequate opportunity to get to the bottom of it.
Okay, I want to really apologize from everyone that sent me a question on Facebook, and I promise you that the chief will respond to those questions on WhatsApp Media Network. He'll have them, or yourself will go on the page and see whatever is the question and respond. And I promise you, Ali and Hassan and Hanan, everyone that asked the question on Facebook, the chief will answer it to you.
We will.
On Facebook himself. بدي اتشكركم جميعا اللي كنتوا عم تسمعونا على راديو امريكانا. الوقت مرق كتير بسرعه وما قدرنا يعني نغطي قد ما بدنا مواضيع. بوعدكم ان شاء الله انه نرجع نجيب التشيف ونتحدث معه عن مواضيع تانية. I want to wish him luck on the Cooking for Kids competition. هيدي عمل خيري بيقوم فيه هو كل سنة. He raises money for kids and they give it to them. Best of luck for you on that, Chief. I want to thank you for being with us. حلقتنا إذا ما سمعتوها اليوم على الراديو فيكم تسمعوها وتحضروها على واتساب ميديا نتورك على فيسبوك. كان معكم حسين هاشم من راديو أمريكانا 102.3 FM. بلتقي فيكم بكرة نهار الجمعة بنفس التوقيت. إلى اللقاء.
إذ كانت تساورك الهواجس
على الوقت. Thank you everyone on Facebook. This is Hussein. Tomorrow watch the show. We're gonna have two guys who were addicts, drug addicts, and they recovered. We're gonna highlight their story. We're gonna highlight what they did and how were they able to get out of drugs. Watch us tomorrow on WhatsApp Media Network and on the radio on Americana. The chief will answer your question on Facebook. I really want to thank everyone that basically sent us a question or a comment. Keep watching WhatsApp Media Network so you can watch the latest news from the city. You can watch the facts and the statistics, and we promise you always to be unbiased and to bring you the latest in the city. Thank you. This was Hussein Hashim.
Thank you. Microblading facial keratin Brazilian blowout. Web bridal package available.